After scoring 27 points in their win over North Queensland in Round 6, the Bulldogs' attack went so far backwards in last week's loss to the Sydney Roosters that they failed to register a point. The Roosters' defense might have scrambled well, but for the Bulldogs not to cross the stripe despite having 52 tackles inside their opponent's 20-meter zone raises plenty of concerns. Read on below for our full Round 8 preview. Full squads, the stats that matter and biggest talking points. Round 8 former premiership winning hooker Michael Ennis believes the side can learn a valuable lesson from South Sydney, who also struggled in the attacking department in 2017 before they started to turn things around in recent weeks. Dogs can learn from South's 046. The thing I love about South's, we talk about the Bulldogs' attack, they were in a similar position last year under Michael Maguire. Ennis told the Big League Wrap, it was very much the block play scenarios that we see in the opening 2 rounds, they were very much like that against the Warriors and Penrith. Get the latest NRL odds and bet now with Sportsbet. But the great coaching of Anthony Seibold, as he started to trust his players, he started to realize the instincts he's got in that side, the Cody Walkers, the Adam Reynolds, the Alex Johnstons, and on the edges you've got Inglis and Dane Gagai. Guys you can play too, you've got Sam Burgess in the middle who knows when to run and when to create, and I think the involvement, freedom and variety that Souths are playing with, it's great coaching. Live stream every game of every round of the 2018 NRL Telstra Premiership on Fox Sports. Get your free 2-week Foxtel Now trial. Sign up now. Greater than Bulldogs marquee signing Aaron Woods has also copped plenty of criticism since joining the club this year, but against the Roosters produced arguably his best performance so far, running for 199 meters while making 25 tackles. MBYE, we're working hard. 257 front row partner David Klemmer was equally as impressive, churning out 214 meters and 25 tackles. Ennis said there was one aspect of both their games that needed fixing up. While Woods and Klemmer make 10 to 15 meters when they carry the ball, their the balls are so slow, he said, they get put on their back a lot and therefore you don't see Kieran Foran above the advantage line, you don't get Moses Mbye attacking a retreating defensive line like we spoke about Cody Walker and South Sydney before, so, while they might be getting through a mountain of work, they're not allowing key individuals, their attacking players, to play over that advantage line and create chances. Read on for the full Round 8 NRL preview. In the big picture, St. George Illawarra Dragons v Sydney Roosters Wednesday at Allianz Stadium, 4:10 p.m. AEST. Dragons, 1 Matthew Dufta, 2 Nene McDonald, 3 Ewan Aitken, 4 Tim Lafay, 5 Jason Nightingale, 6 Gareth Widdick, 7 Ben Hunt, 8 James Graham, 9 Cameron McInnes, 10 Paul Vaughan, 11 Tyson Frizzell, 12 Tarek Sims, 13 Jack DeBeelan interchange, 14 Jeremy Latimore, 15 Kurt Mann, 16 Lisa Namau, 17 Jacob Host reserves, 18 Hamesell, 19 Zachary Lomax, 20 Mitchell Allgood, 21 Reese Robson Roosters, 1 James Tedesco, 2 Joseph Manu, 3 Latrell Mitchell, 4 Mitchell Abuson, 5 Blake Ferguson, 6 Luke Keary, 7 Cooper Cronk, 8 Saint Tedovano, 9 Jake Friend, C, 10 Dylan Napa, 11 Boyd Cordner, C, 12 Brian Matterson, 13 Isaac Liu interchange, 14 Jared Waria Hargreaves, 15 Cocu Ataukiaho, 16 Nat Butcher, 17 Victor Radley reserves, 18 Frank Paul Nuuasale, 19 Sidilita Poniua, 20 Kurt Baptiste, 21 Reese Robinson. We expect to play well. 111 The talking point, the Roosters pack need to aim up in this one if they're to have any chance of troubling the Dragons, and on a day as emotional as Anzac Day, you'd assume they shouldn't need any more motivation. Tricolour's attack has also been quite stale over the past fortnight, and it'll really be put to the test against the latter leaders. The Fox Sports Lab stat, whilst the Dragons have won 7 of the past 10 Anzac Day clashes, they have lost 9 of the past 12 against the Roosters, with their 3 wins in this time coming on Anzac Day. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet. Dragons $1.81, Roosters $2.05. Our prediction, Dragons by 6. MELBOURNE. Storm v Warriors Wednesday at AAMI Park, 7 p.m. AEST. Storm, 1 Billy Slater, 2 Siliasi Vunivalu, 3 Will Chambers, 4 Curtis Scott, 5 Josh Adokar, 6 Cameron Munster, 7 Riley Jacks, 8 Tim Glasby, 9 Cameron Smith, C, 10 Nelson Asofa Salamona, 11 Felice Kaufusi, 12 Ryan Hoffman, 13 Kenny Bromwich interchange, 14 Brandon Smith, 15 Christian Welch, 16 Sam Cassiano, 17 Joe Stimson reserves, 18 Patrick Kaufusi, 19 Tui Kamakamika, 20 Brody Croft, 21 Young Tonamaibi Warriors, 1 Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. c. 2 David Fusachua, 3 Petahiku, 17 Anthony Gelling, 5 Ken Maumalo, 6 Blake Green, 7 Mason Lino, 8 Bunty Afoa, 9 Isaac Luke, 10 Ignatius Posse, 11 Simon Mannering, 12 Isaiah Papali'i, 13 Adam Blair interchanged, 14 Jazz Tavaga, 15 Sam Lazone, 16 Albert Bete, 17 Charles Nickel Clockstead reserves, 18 Leggy Sau, 19 Joseph Vuna, 20 Tavita Sete, 21 Sam Cook. The talking point: the Warriors have proven their early season form isn't a flash in the pan after a gutsy win over the Dragons last week. They now face another tough test traveling to Melbourne to take on the Storm without Sean Johnson, groin, and Tohu Harris, concussion. Mason Lino is again at halfback, and if he keeps seizing his opportunity, the Hevs puzzle looms as a welcome headache for Stephen Carney. The Fox Sports Lab stat: both teams are equal third in points this year, averaging 23.1 points per game, and fourth and fifth in points conceded, with Melbourne conceding 14.4 points per game and the Warriors conceding 14.9 per game. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet: Storm $1.50, Warriors $2.66. Our prediction: Storm by 1. SOUTH Sydney Rabbitohs v Brisbane Broncos Thursday at NZ Stadium, 7:50 p.m. AEST. Rabbitohs 1 Alex Johnston, 2 Richie Kenner, 3 Greg Inglis, c. 4 Dane Gagai, 5 Robert Jennings, 6 Cody Walker, 7 Adam Reynolds, 8 Thomas Burgess, 9 Damien Cook, 10 George Burgess, 11 John Sutton, 12 Angus Crichton, 13 Cameron Murray interchange, 14 Adam Doehi, 15 Mark Nichols, 16 Jason Clark, 17 Tavita Totola reserves, 18 Robbie Farah, 19 Heimel Hunt, 20 Campbell Graham, 21 Kyle Turner Broncos, 1 Darius Boyd, c. 2 Corey Oates, 3 James Roberts, 18 Tom Opasic, 5 Jermaine Isaaco, 6 Anthony Milford, 7 Jack Bird, 8 Matthew Lodge, 9 Josh McGuire, 10 Sam Tide, 11 Alex Glenn, 12 Jaydn Swa, 13 Tavita Panjai JNR interchange, 14 Sam Tagadis, 15 Joe Offhangau, 16 Cody Nikarima, 17 Corbin Sims reserves, 18 Jonas Pearson, 19 Todd Murphy, 20 Patrick Mago, 21 Payne Haas. Every coach wants a Sam. 253 The talking point: can the Rabbitohs do it without Sam Burgess? The Pommy powerhouse has been again suspended for 2 games after what was a stellar performance against Canberra, and now the rest of the South's pack must step up in his absence. The Fox Sports Lab stat: South Sydney has scored 60% of their tries through their left side of attack, with 18 of 30 coming through this side, compared with just 6 through the center and 6 on the right. This is the most dominant side of any team in the competition, along with the Cowboys, who also score 60% of their tries through their right side. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet: Rabbitohs $1.60, Broncos $2.35. Our prediction: Rabbitohs by 2. MANLYC Eagles v Newcastle Knights Friday at Lottoland, 6 p.m. AEST. C. Eagles 1 Tom Turbojevic, 2 Matthew Wright, 3 Dylan Walker, 4 Brian Kelly, 5 Akuila Uete, 6 Lachlan Croker, 7 Daly Cherry Evans, c. 8 Adin Fanua Blake, 9 Apasai Kwara Isao, 10 Martin Taupau, 11 Joel Thompson, 12 Jack Gosiewski, 13 Jake Turbojevic interchange, 14 Lewis Brown, 15 Sean Lane, 16 Lloyd Parrott, 17 Tanya Paseka reserves, 18 Frank Winterstein, 19 Jonathan Wright, 20 Thomas Wright, 21 Tofufoa Saipali Knights, 1 Callan Ponga, 2 Ken Seo, 3 Sione Matayusha, 4 Nathan Russ, 5 Sean Kenny Dowell, 6 Connor Watson, 7 Jack Cogger, 8 Herman Ese, 9 Slade Griffin, 10 Daniel Safety, 11 Lachlan Fitzgibbon, 12 Aiden Guerra, c. 13 Mitchell Barnett interchange, 14 Jamie Burth, c. 15 Chris Hayington, 16 Luke Yates, 17 Jacob Safety reserves, 18 Corey Dennis, 19 Josh King, 20 Brock Lamb, 21 Jacob Lilyman. Where is Lyle Gorman? 218 The talking point: the Jackson Hastings Daly Cherry Evans feud continues to linger over the Sea Eagles, and it's clear it's affecting both coach Trent Barrett and the players. Whether they can rally and start to put wins on the board remains another question, but the fact Mitchell Pearce won't be in the Knights lineup helps their case this week. The Fox Sports Lab stat: Newcastle has lost 31 consecutive matches when conceding the first try. Their last win after conceding the first try was Round 6, 2016 against the Tigers. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet. Sea Eagles $1.60, Knights $2.40. Our prediction: Sea Eagles by 2 PENRITH. Panthers v Canterbury Bulldogs Friday at Panthers Stadium, 7:55 p.m. AEST. Panthers 1 Dylan Edwards, 2 Christian Crichton, 3 Corey Harawira-Naera, 14 Wara, 5 Dallin Watine-Zelezniak, 6 Tyrone Peachy, 7 James Maloney, 8 Trent Marin, 9 Peter Wallace, c. 10 Reagan Campbell-Gillard, 11 William Akikau, 12 Isaiah Yeo, 13 James Fisher-Harris interchange, 14 Sione Katoa, 15 Jack Hetherington, 16 Moses Letta, 17 James Tamo reserves, 18 Wade Egan, 19 Nick Louis Toso, 20 Thomas Eisenhuth, 21 Cade Ellis Bulldogs, 1 Moses Mbye, 2 Brett Morris, 3 Josh Morris, 4 Will Hoppo Wade, 5 Marcelo Montoya, 6 Jeremy Marshall King, 7 Kieran Foran, 8 Aaron Woods, 9 Michael Leicha, 10 David Clemmer, 11 Josh Jackson, c. 12 Raymond Fatala Mariner, 13 Adam Elliott interchange, 14 Asipali Fine, 15 Danny Fualalo, 16 Greg Eastwood, 17 Garrett Holland reserves, 18 John Allen, 19 Reese Martin, 20 Ranuf Tumaga, 21 Matthew Frawley Woods and Clemmer Lack. 141 The talking point: can the Bulldogs score points? Dean Pay's men look to have fallen back into their old dour ways in last week's clash against the Roosters, where they failed to register on the scoreboard, even when the Tricolours had a man in the sin bin. The Panthers have strike power all over the park, and the Bulldogs won't want to be chasing if they give them a lead. The Fox Sports Lab stat: both teams spend a lot of time in the opposition 20, with the Bulldogs having the second most tackles in this zone, 35.3 per game, and the Panthers having the fourth most, 31 per game. The Bulldogs fail to take advantage of the situation, as they are second last in tackles per try in opposition 20, taking on average 19 tackles to score a try in this zone. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet. Panthers $1.49, Bulldogs $2.65. Our prediction: Panthers by 1 OGOLD. Coast Titans v Crondala Sharks Saturday at CBU's Super Stadium, 5:30 p.m. AEST. Titans 1 Michael Gordon, 2 Anthony Don, 3 Brendan Elliott, 4 Conrad Horrell, 5 Philip Sammy, 6 Bryce Cartwright, 7 Ashley Taylor, 8 Jared Wallace, 9 Mitch Rain, 10 Ryan James, c. 11 Kevin Proctor, 12 Will Matthews, 13 J. Arrow interchange, 14 Max King, 15 Jack Stockwell, 16 Keegan Hipgrave, 17 Morgan Boyle reserves, 18 Branko Lee, 19 Ryan Simpkins, 20 AJ Brimson, 21 Kane Elgie Sharks, 1 Josh Duggan, 2 Edric Lee, 3 Jesse Ramin, 4 Ricky Ludel, 5 Valentine Holmes, 6 Matt Moylan, 7 Chad Townsend, 8 Andrew Fifita, 9 Jaden Braley, 10 Matt Pryor, 11 Scott Sorensen, 12 Wade Graham, c. 13 Joseph Paulo interchange, 14 Jason Bukuja, 15 James Segayaro, 16 Avigalu Siamanufagai, 17 Kurt Ilian reserves, 18 Kurt Capewell, 19 Jack Williams, 20 Braden Uele, 21 Trent Hodkinson. Talking point: Titans coach Garth Brennan gave his side an almighty serve after their disappointing loss to the Cowboys last week, labeling them dumb at times. Despite being one of the lesser fancied teams in the comp, the Titans have shown this year they can compete. Trouble more star-studded outfits. Now, after a grueling 6 weeks on the road, they're back at Rabina and have the chance to take it to the Sharks, who still lack some key forwards. The Fox Sports Lab stat: the Sharks are conceding the equal fewest line breaks in the NRL, 2.9 per game, along with the Dragons, while the Titans are creating the fewest line breaks in matches, 2.9 per game. Gold Coast also concedes the most line breaks in the NRL, 6.4 per game. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet. Titans $2.15, Sharks $1.73. Our prediction: Sharks by 1-2 North. Queensland Cowboys v Canberra Raiders Saturday at 1300 Smiles Stadium, 7:35 p.m. AEST. Cowboys 1 Lachlan Coote, 2 Kyle Felt, 3 Justin O'Neill, 4 Ben Hampton, 5 Antonio Winterstein, 6 Michael Morgan, 7 Jonathan Thurston, c. 8 Matthew Scott, c. 9 Jake Granville, 10 Scott Bolton, 11 Gavin Cooper, 12 Cohen Hess, 13 Jason Taumalolo interchange, 14 Tamir Martin, 15 Sean Fenzem, 16 Corey Jensen, 17 Ethan Lowe reserves, 18 Francis Malo, 19 Jake Clifford, 20 Anari, 2 Ale, 21 Sam Raiders, 1 Jack Whiten, 2 Nick Kotrick, 3 Jared Croker, c. 4 Joseph Leilua, 5 Jordan Rapana, 6 Blake Austin, 7 Aiden Cesar, 8 Ioja Soliola, 9 Saliva Havila, 10 Junior Palo, 11 Joseph Tapine, 12 Elliot Whitehead, 13 Josh Popley interchanged, 14 Otta Hungano, 15 Shannon Boyd, 16 Luke Bateman, 17 Dunamis Louis Reserves, 18 Liam Knight, 19 Michael Oldfield, 20 Bradley Abbey, 21 Jack Murphy. Talking point, are the Cowboys back? North Queensland snapped their 5-game losing streak against the Titans last week, starting slowly before they took a comfortable lead. But the Titans were well off what they're capable of, so win could generate something of a false economy. The Cowboys will be tested, especially by the Raiders' big pack, which copped a beating by the Rabbitohs last week. The Fox Sports Lab stat, despite having the most tackles inside their opponent's 20 this season, 37.3 per game, the Cowboys are still struggling to score points, managing just 16.6 per game, equal 4th fewest. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet, Cowboys $1.42, Raiders $2.90. Our prediction, Cowboys by 4 PARRAMATTA. Eels v Wests Tigers Sunday at NZ Stadium, 4:10 p.m. AEST. Eels, 1 Clint Gutherson, c. 2 Bevan French, 3 Michael Jennings, 4 Brad Tukarangi, 5 George Jennings, 6 Corey Norman, 7 Mitchell Moses, 8 Daniel Alvaro, 9 Kesa Pritchard, 10 Skava Matagi, 11 Manu Mau, 12 Tony Williams, 13 Penai Taripo interchanged, 14 Will Smith, 15 Kenny Edwards, 16 David Gower, 17 Tim Mana, c. Reserves, 18 Tepai Moroa, 19 Kane Evans, 20 Josh Hoffman, 21 Cameron King Tigers, 1 Corey Thompson, 2 David Nafo Aluma, 3 Essen Marsters, 4 Kevin Nakima, 5 Malachi Wittin Zelesniak, 6 Benji Marshall, c. 7 Luke Brooks, 8 Matthew Eisenhuth, 9 Jacob Little, 10 Ben Madalino, 11 Chris Lawrence, 12 Robbie Rocco, 13 Elijah Taylor, c. interchanged, 14 Peter Godianet, 15 Josh Aloyi, 16 Michael Chikam, 17 Sawasosu Reserves, 18 Tim Grant, 19 Chris McQueen, 20 Tyson Gamble, 21 Mahe Fanu. Last place, Eels Mall Manly 146. The talking point, the Eels finally broke their duck egg last week, winning their first game of the season in a hammering of the hapless Sea Eagles. They face arguably a much tougher opponent in a Wests Tigers outfit who will be hurting after just their second loss of the year, so it'll be a good indication as to whether they've really turned a corner. The Fox Sports Lab stat, Wests Tigers have scored the last try in 5 of the 7 matches this season. 3 of these tries have been scored in the 78th minute or later. The odds, courtesy of Sportsbet, Eels $2.20, Tigers $1.68. Our prediction, Tigers by 6.